Hey everybody. So Jim and I are here today at the gravesite of Pamela Susan Morrison. She was Jim Morrison of the Doors, his longtime companion, and was with them I think for about 5 or 6 years before he died, and she was there on the day he died in Paris. And then when she died a few years later, I read that her family wanted to bury her with Jim in Paris, but I guess it was just way too difficult to transport the remains to a foreign country. So she was interred here. She was cremated, and you can see the niche here. And this is a smaller room of niches. This is a mausoleum area. I'm just going to turn around so you can kind of see what it looks like. I'll walk up to the front so you can see where it's located. So we came in over here. So most of these are tombs where people are actually buried, and she's just in a section of niches. This is another section of niches here on the outside. So this is the gate where we came into this mausoleum area. I guess it's called a mausoleum even though it's mostly outdoors. Maybe a columbarium. I get those confused sometimes. So you can see the mural behind here. It's I guess a historical cemetery. So this is the cemetery behind me, and the entrance is just right over there. You come in the entrance, make a left, and come right here to the, would you call this a mausoleum? Or columbarium. That's really cool. Look at the cool architecture here. So anyway, that was Pamela Sue's final resting place, and I just wanted to share that with you today. So here's a closer look at her niche, and even though, according to her wiki page, Jim and Susan were never married, she did take his last name and on the niche plaque that you can see there. Her last name was Courson. Pamela Susan Courson was her full name. Now, Jim Morrison's grave in Paris is one of the most visited graves on the planet. I mean, it's one of the most popular graves anywhere, and of any celebrity or famous person. And I visited in 1990, not realizing, I lived in Huntington Beach at the time, which is just a few miles from this cemetery here in Santa Ana, and I didn't realize that Susan was buried here just a few miles from where I lived at the time when I visited Jim's grave. So after all of these years, I wanted to stop by and see Susan's grave. She obviously doesn't have as many people visiting as Jim, but you can tell if you look at the niche that many people have left things posted and pasted to her niche wall. Even now, there's a small picture of her and some music symbols, and if you look at it compared to the other niches nearby, it looks like things have been pasted there over the years. Obviously by fans. On our way out of the gates, we noticed that the park is used as more than just a cemetery, which is really cool. It's a lot like, reminding me of Paris and the Parisian cemeteries that are used as parks by people. They go there for lunch, and they have concerts and lots of different events, and that's pretty rare here in California. You don't see that very often, other than maybe the Hollywood Forever Cemetery, which does have events. I rarely see things like this, other than on holidays like Memorial Day. or Veterans Day. So thanks for joining us on our vlog today, and we'll see you next time.